Welcome to my newsletter. It is January. I sound like a newscaster. Welcome to my newsletter. It's January 2017. It is January the 5th. It's the first week of 2017 still. I am so happy to be where I am right now. I'm in Lausanne, Switzerland, which is a small town about an hour train ride from Geneva along the lake. And I don't actually feel jet lagged this trip. The last time I came to Europe, I was jet lagged really bad when I got here, and then I got sick and lost my voice for like 10 days. So this trip has been a dream. I don't know how it worked out, but we didn't sleep on the plane, but when we got here a day early, we slept the whole day. So I feel wonderful. I'm super happy. I've been running, and it's very hilly. I've been mostly walking. Is what I should really say, walking with some jogging in between. We're exploring the city, and I started rehearsals yesterday for Hamlet, or Hamlet, if you will, by Ambroise Thomas. I'm singing the role of Ophelia, and it's a debut role for me. I've actually sung the aria, Ophelia's Madness aria, in competitions for several years, back when I was a young artist, and it feels like yesterday. And the role encompasses so much more than that. It's Hamlet. It's the operatic version of Hamlet. And there's a lot of scenes that are the same as in the play. And Ophelia does drown at the end, but Hamlet doesn't die at the end of this version, which I think is really interesting. You know, we think of a Shakespearean tragedy, the hero always dies. Well, Hamlet doesn't die at the end of the opera that we are doing. So he becomes king. So we'll see. And the mother doesn't die either. And the only one that does actually die besides Ophelia, she dies exactly as she's supposed to. The only one that doesn't, that also died, that actually does die, is the king, Claudius. So this is really, really fun work. We are working in great detail, breaking down scene by scene, text word for word, and really trying to get as much out of this as possible. The Hamlet is a French baritone named Régis Mongu, who is a very, very kind and really sweet colleague so far. He's been wonderfully nice, and he has a beautiful voice. I'm very, very excited to be singing with him, and this is also his role debut as Hamlet. So enough about that. The other thing I wanted to talk about, there's only a couple of things actually going on this winter. Right after Hamlet, I go to Washington, D.C. to sing a recital, and it's going to be my first full recital outside of New York City and outside of Louisiana, where I'm from. So this is going to be like another city to do a full recital. It's all new music. By new music, I mean new to me, not new as in contemporary. And my pianist is Vlad Tinka, who was a young artist with me at the Met when I was there. And he's an absolutely extraordinary pianist, extraordinary conductor, coach, fantastic with languages, fantastic with styles. So as I usually do when I sing concerts, I like to mix and match. I don't like to stick to one composer or one genre or one language even. I like to do everything. So it's a very varied program. We've got some Haydn, we've got Schubert, we have Mendelssohn, and then we have Poulenc, we have Barber, and we have Obradors. So we're doing a lot of different languages, and I love doing that. So that's going to be in Washington, D.C. on March the 11th of 2017. It's one concert only. I hope you guys can make it out there for that. After that, I pretty much head straight over to Munich to do a quick 3 performances of Constanza in The Abduction from the Seraglio, which is an opera I've done there many times, and I love doing it. It's a really interesting take on the whole piece because there's no dialogue. There is a narrator who tells the entire story, and then we sing. But we're on stage just as we would be as if we were doing the dialogue. So it's really a fantastic experience, and the opportunity to sing in Munich every year for me has been such a blessing because I really love singing there and I really love working there. So it's great. The other things I did want to talk about are not really work related, but sort of. Resolutions. It's a new year. I'm 33. I've been telling everybody I'm 32. Oops, sorry. I'm actually 33. I had a birthday in September, but I forgot. And my resolution is to commit myself to reading again before bed. I used to do this every night of my life. I used to read so much when I was younger. And I don't know, my iPhone came along. And started taking over my life. And I remember one day, a few years back, I took Facebook the app off of my phone. And it's never been back on my phone. My Facebook app is not on my phone. I have my professional Facebook app. I have my, I actually did last week install the Messenger app because it made me, but I don't have the Facebook app. So I am trying to spend a little less time on Facebook and social media, and except for professionally, I still want to maintain, you know, what we're doing and reach out to you guys because that's very important to me. But as far as just spending time, just, you know, killing hours on Facebook instead of doing what I probably should be doing, which is living life. Sometimes I feel like, anyway, I've decided to start reading again. And the book that I'm starting this year that my friend Justina Lee sent to me, hi Justina, is A Death in the Family by James Agee. I guess you say Agee. The reason Justina sent this to me was because we sang a recital, a half recital for the Supreme Court, the United States Supreme Court, in November, when I was just there last fall. And I sang Sure on This Shining Night, which is a poem, which is by Samuel Barber, but the poetry is by James Agee. And so Justina, in her unbelievable kindness and considerateness for people, sent me this book. And I've just started it. It's beautiful. I really am enjoying it. I want to get back to this life. You know, I feel like it's been this whole year, I'm sure it's been this way for everybody, and you don't need to hear it from me again, but everybody's ready for 2017 to start and to start fresh. And what better way to do that than by picking up something that I've always wanted to either bring back into my life or bring anew into my life. The other things I want to do, I'm sure you're looking at this fuzzy blue book. This is my journal. For my first few years that I was losing weight, my first few years that I was running and going vegan, I was keeping a journal daily of my workouts, my eating habits. I even have some old entries here. Every day, every evening before bed, I would just write down what I did that day, how I felt, if I had any headaches, what I ate exactly, and just how it made me feel, how my voice was reacting, you know, things like that, how well I slept. And it was wonderful because I was able to pinpoint allergies that I had that I wasn't really aware of. And I was able to kind of figure out what foods were working well for me and what foods weren't, and also what stress was doing to me, or etc. So I have decided to pick that back up, and I started right during the holidays, and I've been keeping a journal every day of what I've been doing, how I've been feeling, and it's awesome. It's something that I definitely recommend people to do whenever people ask me about weight loss or exercising or being vegan or anything like that. I always suggest that they try something like this because it really helps you get in touch with your body, because your body, the only person that knows it is you. The only person that knows it is you. That includes your voice, that includes your psyche, your well-being, your everything, all those little tiny things that affect you as a human being and affect you as a performer. So I always tell people, keep a food and workout diary. You will learn so much about yourself because it just helps you to practice awareness. So anyway, these are the two things I'm very much looking forward to starting this year, along with some new repertoire, including Ophélie, which I'm loving so far, and my recital, all new music for me. And Constance is an old favorite, but I'm always happy to sing her again. So thanks for taking the time to listen. I know it's a little longer of a video than usual, but you know, it's New Year's and it's another year, you know, starting anew, full of promise. So with that, I hope you have a happy new year. I hope you had a happy new year and a happy holiday, and I wish you the most beautiful winter ever. Take care.